to Ask a Puppy Trainer Show. This is where we answer all of your questions about puppyhood. I'm Bethany.
And I'm Sparky from the Puppy Academy. We're excited you're here. And now, let's get to the show. Welcome to Ask a Puppy Trainer Show, episode 162 for our 7th time.
All right, everyone, welcome.
I have a special announcement.
Okay, special announcement. Thank you for sticking with us this long TikTok.
I didn't have enough time to memorize it, so you're getting it read right off the paper.
Okay.
We have a special segment we're doing after today's show. It's Ask a Vet Show. So
Ask a Vet Show.
We're bringing in vets. We're going to be doing Q&As with them. It's going to be really fun. It's like an interview.
Just for clarity, because my husband was confused, veterinarians, everybody.
Oh, snap.
He was like, cool. Why are they there? And I was like, what? What do you mean, why? Not.
I would have never made that connection. I would have had people confused and I would not have made that connection.
Veterinarians,
yes.
Which is really valuable. We're really excited. We're going to ask them questions. It's going to be an interview platform. And we hope you'll tune in and ask your questions too.
Big questions that we're going to be asking is things like what should an owner expect when they take their puppy to the vet for the first time? Things they should do. Jazz like that.
And this is going to be at 1:45 Pacific Standard Time, or
so
I think
15 minutes after this one ends.
Yes,
so
exactly.
if you're still here, tune in.
Yep, exactly. Is that all you were supposed to say? Because that's a big paragraph.
No, it's a huge paragraph.
We went rogue.
We're gonna ask about healthcare advice.
Yeah, we got all the info in. Yeah, cool. Okay.
We took out the fluff.
So you get on TikTok.
We defluffed it.
You get on TikTok. Oh, you already are. Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you, Kimberly.
And if you guys have questions, please put in the age. Look, you're so helpful. See, look, really helpful dog. The age and breed of your dog. Is that delicious? Oh, yummy. Okay, let's not. Oh, now my hand. Okay, maybe let's see if we can calm you down.
Oh, I got a good one. This is a fun one. So this is from my fairy tale library. I'm working on place with my 6-month-old Sheltie. Thank you for breed. Thank you for age. It helps tremendously on the advice we give.
Sure does.
How long of a duration time should I be trying for and how much distance? Also, is it okay for him to eat meals and have Kongs on his mat? I don't know if I'd allow him to eat meals on it. I'm okay with Kongs being on there as long as they're being watched. They're being supervised for it. Yeah, I have no issue with that. How long can a 6-month-old Sheltie go? How long have you gotten so far? Really what it comes down to is I could have a 9-year-old dog doing it, but if they've never done it, they're going to do it for 1 or 2 minutes probably comfortably. But all of it is a gradual progression. When I teach place, it's place, sit, good, give a treat, and release with breaks. So I'm actually giving very short periods of time before I release them, and I gradually build them up. We don't want to do a build up to where it's like 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4. It actually creates a lot of frustration because dogs start anticipating getting off earlier.
Yep.
You kind of want to randomize it. There are days where I'll do place break 10 times in a row with no duration. And then maybe later on that day, a couple hours later, I'll do place duration where I'll have them stay on for 5-10 minutes with a short couple little breaks in between. And I'm doing lots of food work to build them up. But how we start this is we start in front of them. We get the command. We practice taking 1 step back, 1 step in. Good treat. That's how we build our distance. We practice keeping them on there for a little bit longer each time and then using periodic food as we do it to kind of like balance them out while they're on it. But a lot of it is just watching their body language. If I have a dog constantly trying to get off, I'm constantly body blocking them. Anyone who's seen our online school or watched some of our lives knows body blocking is one of our methods for keeping them on. Leash pressure up and away from your body to kind of prevent them from getting off.
Okay, that's enough from him. That's
if you're doing that all the time, then they're ready for a break. You want to balance out how long you can do it comfortably before releasing them.
All right, so distance and duration are 2 totally different things. You're going to work on them separately. What I want to know is when you do the blocking, when you do the step in, is your dog resetting themselves and putting themselves back into a sit or a down? Are they understanding that when you do distance and they step off and you move in, they're resetting themselves? If they're understanding that, then you can really start to grow your time frame. And the step that you might be missing is, and this is not distance. Distance is worked on separately. You can, work on that as much as you want. You could go from 1 foot to 10 foot in a day. And then the next day you might have to start all over again. That's normal. For the duration, which is the part I really care about, is when your dog is in a down and you've done all the stuff he said.
Yeah.
No, it's important.
What's dog training?
It's important.
What's dog training?
The dog training. But the practicing calm is different than the dog training. The duration is different than the dog training. So once you've done all the dog training,
the introductory stuff that gets you to what she's talking about.
Whatever. Yeah. I don't need all that special stuff. All right. What you need to try is have your dog in place next to you and they're understanding the backup that I mentioned, and then have a seat right next to them holding the leash. They pop up, stand up, move in, reset, pause, sit down again. Don't totally relax, but sit on the edge of the seat.
It's like the fake relax to see what response you get.
And that's how, and then so you can get up easy. But that's how you're going to build duration. Try that for 5 minutes, and then you can kind of see the frustration build like he mentioned, and then do some more dog training for a few minutes, and then try another 5 minutes duration. And then you're going to just build on that. And then within a week, a 6-month-old within a week can absolutely be doing 30 minutes duration after a 15-minute dog training session. All right, cool. We have I'm going on here
We have
first.
lots of TikTok and Instagram.
My 10-month-old mixed breed destroys her toys. Is this something that is trainable to fix, or do I need indestructible toys? Oh, I love this question.
Indestructible toys don't exist.
That's not true.
No, they don't.
I could spend 30 minutes on your question, Danielle, but I'm not going to, unfortunately, but I want to. Okay. The short version is, I love this question. It is normal for a dog to rip and shred. It's called consumption or shredding. It is a biological need, sometimes for some dogs. So because it's a biological need, it should also be controlled. Okay? And so what I mean by that is you shouldn't just let your dogs do it willy-nilly whenever they want all day long. I totally meant to do this to annoy you, and I accidentally hit him.
Oh, you annoyed me, all right. You annoyed me.
I totally annoyed him. Sorry.
It's okay.
Hashtag sorry, not
She
sorry.
might catch an elbow in the rib in a few minutes.
So anyway, what was I saying? Okay, so even though it's normal, okay, you don't want to just let it go all day long. If you're giving your dog stuffies, stop that. If you're giving your dog soft toys, stop that too. And with squeakers and they're just tearing stuff apart all day long, every toy you get them, really stop that. What you do want to do is play with those toys interactively and then put them away. And then have nylabones, Kongs, like the traditional Kongs with 2 holes in them, things like that your puppy can chew for a designated period of time while supervised. And then you walk over with a treat, say drop it, toss the treat, and then hopefully they go for the treat, and then you can put that away, and that's their designated 5-10 minutes, maybe 15 of doing that, and you put that away. Okay.
Pebbles heard you kept saying treat and then looking at something and
Really?
playing, and Pebbles was looking for that treat real bad.
I'm sorry, Pebbles. Cookie. I'll say cookie. Okay.
We're getting a lot on TikTok.
Yeah, I got TikTok. Chill out.
I will be.
Chill out.
Oh, okay.
Chill out.
I was on a roll.
Chill. All right. I had a really good one about an Airedale, which I don't see that often. All right. How do I stop my 3-month Airedale from biting our skin constantly?
Airedales are bitey.
Yeah,
they're
they're
terriers.
super bitey. I mean, they're terriers, and terriers
They're
can be
meant
little
to
terrors.
kill things.
I have questions for you. Are you on some kind of structure schedule at home? Where are we? I have questions for you. Are we on some kind of schedule at home? A lot of the times, puppies that are out of the crate for a little too long, they tend to get a bit more nippy because they're overstimulated almost like all the time.
This one's about to be. You saw that yawn, and he got a little mouthy earlier.
Tongue is starting to kind of pop out a little bit.
He's about to be done.
There's some frustration happening. This is like the calm before the storm.
Yeah.
One, I have a leash on my puppy at all times when they're not in the crate. That's what gives me a little bit of leverage and control. So it doesn't always feel like I'm going, pulling my hands back. Then it's, hey, settle down, and you can kind of extend that arm away from you a bit, create a little bit of space. But before you do any of that, that is technically considered a bit of a correction, also redirection. Are you giving your puppy enough things to do when they're out of the crate, when they have their timeout?
And we don't mean physical, crazy, fun puzzles.
Oh, no, I'm going to break it down. Everyone knows my structure
mental
schedule.
We have so many questions.
Don't care.
Be fast.
Walk and play, 5-10 minutes, just give them something to do. That's like the more of the physical energy that you're helping them release in a constructive way. Fetch, tug, getting a couple drops in there, like fun little play games with them where they have to release it after occasionally. Training, all the things that you would be learning in the beginning of a puppy training program.
Impulse control.
Place, sit.
Stopping at thresholds. That's my big one.
Stopping at crate doors,
Yep.
which is the threshold. Stopping at the bedroom door if they're super motivated to get out of that room. These are the things that tone down your puppy's energy, not through correction, but through training. Everything she just said, everything I've just said is still a version of training. Mm-hmm. It's just not your standard, come, sit, down, stay. Yeah. It's behavioral mental work with the dog.
Maybe your puppy is on the calm side and you are petting your puppy when they're calm, but when you go to their head, they get mouthy. That's normal. Stay away from the head, guys.
Have you noticed she hasn't really pet his head her. I remember, Kimberly, we got 4 reminders.
I did a couple of times, but only because she's doing so well down here. Then I'll go to the head, and I got mouthing earlier in the segment, and I stopped, and I kept to the body till she fully calmed down, because that's normal for a puppy. So stay away from the head. Keep your pets like calm massages. And if she's still mouthing me, she's telling me she's either overtired or she doesn't want to be pet. She wants to do things, explore things, learn new things with me.
We got to talk about that part because no one ever really truly understands
Kimberly,
the concept of not petting, which is not every dog wants to be pet. I know we get our puppies because we want to love on them. And there's a possibility that you'll be able to do that as the dog gets older and more mature. But a lot of puppies at that age especially, I think that puppy's probably about 4 months old, 5 months old, maybe a little bit younger even.
Big, yeah. 5 months, yeah.
That's not a puppy who wants to get pet for long periods of time. She wants to be pet for 2 minutes after a 25-minute training session or a 10, 15-minute walk where you're still doing training on it. That's what most puppies are looking for. We just have ideas of what we want as well.
Yeah.
So there has to be a balance.
All right, Kenneth says, I'm going to be picking up my Bernese Mountain Dog at 8 weeks old in about a month. Woohoo!
I can't wait to see that puppy grow.
What are the most important things to focus on in the first few weeks? Well, if you wanted to, Kenneth, you could get invested into a program of some sort that outlines all of these things for you. We happen to have one. You don't have to use ours, but we do happen to have the most thorough program on the market. Just check out the Puppy Academy online school. But to answer your question quickly, everybody wants to do sit and stay. Stop it, everybody. Just stop it right now.
That's the least favorite command of your puppy.
Yeah.
Ever. Because it's stationary and they want to move.
Yes.
They want to move.
Stop it. Do thresholds right away. Crate threshold. Well, so house, that's what we call it. Going in crate, waiting at the crate door. Do, come. Let's go work. So it's just movement work. Just come and food. Let's go. Turn and food, and do place. That's it. Now, place is a stationary command, but it's not as restrictive as sit and stay. And so that would be my first week of owning my puppy. That would be the first thing I would focus on. And if I have a really tenacious puppy, I would go ahead and add in some confidence building. Get some bubble wrap, the top of a plastic container, some rolled up towel to go over, maybe a step stool to walk under, and I'm guiding over, under, through, and all these different
really
textures.
Really strong food lure to the nose.
Yeah, this right here, this is not a snake. This is a food lure. Thank you for the clarification, the helpfulness. So you're slithering all around. You're guiding your puppy. Anything that you can go over, under, and through, like on top of or through a box, and grab some Amazon boxes, toss some kibble in there. Build confidence, build resiliency, and focus on let's go or come. Either is fine. Place. And that's your first week, as well as crate and crate door threshold. And you will be set up so beautifully to layer on the rest of your basic obedience. Okay. You want to do a TikTok?
Yep, I got to go on.
And then I'm going to add one of these.
Oh, shoot, I lost it.
Okay, Sophia says, I have a really stubborn walker. The pup is fearful while walking and pulls or stops in place. Food isn't helping. This is a 4-month-old Shiba Inu. Okay, so I'm going to give you some advice that's a little oversimplified just for the sake of time, but it doesn't mean...
Hold it still, I can't read it.
But it doesn't mean that it's not valuable. There, it's up there.
Thank you.
So what I'm... sorry. What I would like you to do is I understand that he's not food motivated outside. So there's two things that you need to build. One is leadership skills, where your dog sees you as someone to follow and to trust. And the other is indoor food work on leash. So all of your walks right now need to be in the house. So you're going to practice, let's go, turn, let's go, stop and sit, in the house on leash with food like you're on a walk, then in the yard, then in the front yard. And then what I want you to do on your walk, instead of trying to walk, I want you to go outside and do sit break, sit break, sit break, sit down if you can get it down, right away. If not, that's okay. And then do like a little circle. Just let's go, little circle, sit break right in front of your house. And then if you are really diligent, get in your car, go to a park, or just go down the block. Hop out, and instead of trying to walk, sit down, come, sit, break. Like just do some basic obedience. And if you're really diligent and you've already taught place, take an outdoor cot, put it in your front lawn, your front driveway, place, come. Build up confidence in that context rather than trying to walk your nervous dog. And I think I answered that to completion.
I was waiting to throw something in there, and then you grabbed that last second.
Yes.
I was going to just interrupt you and put it in there. But
Why don't you do a TikTok one? I'll let you.
I got one about a 5-month-old Westie. All right. Sorry, I won't bend over my phone.
Well, I saw an Instagram clip the other day, and this is what I saw. His giant head like this.
Hey, only my wife gets to tell me I have a giant head.
So it only looked giant because they zoom in when they do these edits.
Sure it is, Bethany. Sure it is. I do have a big head.
Do you?
Yeah, oh yeah. I got a fat head. Tiny jaw, little face, big head.
I think he means ego, but we'll let that go. Go ahead.
All right, 5-month-old Westie, so vocal, but how do you stop? Or do you have any advice for barking in the playpen? She's nonstop. Okay, so there's a possibility that she's not going to be a playpen dog.
And that's okay.
It's very likely she has some boundary frustration, and when she's behind that, she can see through it, but she can't get to you, so it's creating a lot of frustration. Here's some things for you to try to maybe work through that boundary frustration. What kind of training are you doing when your dog comes out of the crate? Are they coming out and going straight to the playpen? Are they getting a little mental stimulation, physical stimulation? Have they had a chance to go potty? Like, that's the kind of stuff that I think about, because if they go straight to the playpen, they have all this energy and they don't know what to do with it. You can give them a toy. You can give them a bone and a chew. They're going to get bored of it eventually and probably start barking at you. If you're already doing everything, you're super diligent with your training, your walking, your playing, your everything, and they're still barking, you probably just don't have a playpen dog. Another solution for you to try, though, is try a back tie. You can put a little dog bed out. You got to teach place for it, though. You got to teach place so they know that stay on the bed. And then you clip a leash to their harness and tie it to something behind the dog bed, opposite from the side that you're on. So if this table was my bed, we are sitting on the couch, I would tie the leash to the tripod that the phone is standing on, because it's on the opposite side of the bed from us. They can get up, they can move off a little bit, but they usually default back to it. And if you still get the barking, then they're just not going to be
They're just not ready for it.
And they're too young. It's too soon. You got to do a little bit more work
What was
with
the
them.
age again? Do you remember?
5 months old. They're
5
technically
months
not too young, but
for me, I would also want to be working on body language in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Does your dog come up to you and jump on you and you kind of pet them, on the head? If my dog is really having these pushy behaviors and these kind of anxiety-inducing behaviors, I might just be like, no, and just kind of bump him off and have him calm down first, then call him over and pet him, or go over to him and pet him. When is he getting pet? Is he getting pet when he's excited? When he comes up to you all wiggly?
and this creates demanding.
Yeah, because you would think that's when you want to pet your puppy. And for some puppies, it's no big deal. But if you're having these issues, it is a big deal. And you need to be more aware of when you're giving affection, how, calm puppy, and keep that calm going. And that's going to be a precursor to, or not a precursor, it's going to actually go after the issue. The barking is a symptom. Paying attention to when and how you pet, and
feeding into demanding is the root.
Yeah, thank you. I was getting there. Okay, I have a really good
one. You
one.
helped me out sometimes, so I just had to throw that.
I have a really good one. I love this one, and I can answer it quickly.
Why do you have to answer it?
Act more, because it's my question. How soon do you start teaching drop it? I have a 7-week-old Labradoodle. Now, right now. Now, there is an exception. This is why I love this question, because there is no, like, we answer these questions, guys, but there is no one perfect answer for every dog, because every dog is so different. If I got in a Goldendoodle and their first week, they were pretty shy. They weren't really gripping the toy. They were struggling a little bit. When I would move the toy, they might be a little nervous of it and kind of let go. I want to build them up. And so I'm going to like chase it a little bit and like, move it around like prey, because that's basically what playing fetch is, guys. Let's remember that. And so I'm moving it around and building confidence, and then they grab it and I'll let go and let them, yay, good puppy, come here, puppy, good job, and tug it again and let them have it. Then once they get a good grip, that's when you immediately go after drop it. That might be day one of getting your 8, 9, 10-week-old puppy who is already tenacious and is like, we see that all the time with really young puppies. A lot of it is breeding and genetics. And so if you already have a good grip, you teach drop it right away. My favorite way to teach drop it is to just when you're moving your on, and be gentle. We got puppy teeth and puppy jaws, okay? So you're very gentle, moving it around while they're tugging, and then you're just gonna grab both ends of the toy, make sure it's a big enough toy, tuck your elbows in.
Slowly. It's not a hard pull.
Thank you. And freeze. And I'm just gonna stare. I'm gonna be on the floor because I don't want to hold it up high. You want to be even with their spine. And I am going to freeze, and I'm going to wait, and I can wait all day because I love waiting. It drains mental energy. I love that so much more than pulling out a treat. And so I'm going to wait, and then eventually they're going to get bored and let go, and I'm going to go, good, break, give it right back to them again, and rinse, repeat from day one. Now, I'm not saying I've never used food. I've had dogs so pushy and strong and taking forever and food doesn't completely trump play where they only care about the food. I will sometimes put a piece of food on their nose and they'll sniff it and let go faster. But if you can, especially with such a young dog, do the wait it out. It's so great.
You mentioned something about food trumping play. Does that mean something like if you bring out food, they get the food, they no longer want to play because all they care about the food?
Correct. Yes, correct. That's exactly what I meant. Thank you, Sparky. Do you have a question you want to do?
God, that feels good.
What do you want to do?
We got to answer another.
Because we have 5 whole minutes. We're doing good.
All right. Did you already answer that one?
No.
We already technically answered that one. What if the puppy whines and you wait to follow the schedule, then he pees in the night on the floor?
You love your potty training questions.
I mean, it just happened to be what if the puppy whines and you wait to follow the schedule, then he pees in the night on the floor?
Oh, that's an easy one. Well, first of all, I hope that's the crate floor.
Yeah, because schedule is crate. It's crate schedule.
And second of all, if that happens, we talk about that all the time. That's when you know that whine was genuinely to pee. Yeah. And you got to get up.
A lot of the whines people are hearing from their dogs are like that low-key, and that's usually not the one that they're going to pee. It's going to be whine, 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 yip, 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 high pitch whine or high pitch yip. That's when I'm like, that sounds different. And then I get up, I take my puppy out for potty. They go instantly, like fast. I'm like, okay.
You know.
That's about how long they could hold it.
Yeah.
Did we give too much water before bed? Are we expecting too much out of them? If I have a 9-week-old puppy, I'm only getting 4 hours of sleep before they need a potty, and they're going to get a little bit more crate time after that.
Yeah.
Like, these are the things that we latch onto as dog trainers of, is the dog old enough to hold that long? Are they a large breed or a small breed? Large breeds hold it significantly longer than small breeds
At night.
At night especially.
Not always during the day.
Yeah. And when are we giving water? How much are we giving it? And are we giving it too late?
Yep.
And are we getting that final potty before bed?
And that really is how you find out if it's just attention whining, they're awake, or maybe you're snoring and they woke up and they're like, get me out. Or if they genuinely need to pee. At first, I thought you were pointing to me. I was going to smack you.
No, I'm pointing to myself because my wife elbows me in the face because I snore.
Yeah, even though it's true for me. I elbow my husband, but he never elbows me for snoring, which is, it's not fair. It's not really fair, but I'm okay with it.
I just throw elbows. I'm a sleep elbower.
Okay, I got more questions on here. My fiance wants to know, is it common for 8-week-olds to go potty in the house even after they come in the house from going potty for just 3 to 5 minutes ago? Yeah, it actually is. For that young 8-week-old.
If they're doing a lot of movement,
especially
or if they're getting too much water.
No, it's also just common for small breed. When was the last time you owned a dog under 10 pounds? Never. So
when I was 19 years old, we had a dog named Cha-Cha. She was a little chihuahua, and she was very sweet and loving.
Cute. Okay.
I loved her.
Thank you. Thank you for that extra special glimpse into your life. Okay, so if you have a small breed dog, it's just normal even if you're doing all the things correctly. And so what you want to do is you take your puppy out to pee, and then you can come inside, start to work with them. Don't just let them loose. You shouldn't be doing that anyway. Then you're going to have potty issues forever. You do something with them for 2 to 3 minutes, like you're doing your fetch, you're doing your training, and then take them back outside, or just train them outside to begin with. What I like to do, honestly, is when I'm having this issue, is I like to put them back in crate, even though they peed. If I know they're probably going to go again, especially in the mornings when they've been holding it for, longer at night, I'm going to put them back in the crate for 15 minutes, take them out one more time, then do our work, play schedule, free time schedule.
I'm going to go down a completely different path because I assume there is no other path. Because you don't have a crate schedule yet. Like, you want to learn from us. You're here to ask your question.
That's true.
Very likely is you're probably giving a little too much water. And 98% of you guys are probably giving too much water. Unless you've already taken our advice and you've already had that routine, you know how much to give. They don't need very much, guys. Like, if you want the measurement, it's a half cup of water for every 30 pounds of body weight every 2 to 3 hours. And if you got a little guy that's 8 weeks old, he weighs 8 pounds, 9 pounds, he probably needs a bowl this big, that big, looks like a
bowl?
Freaking quarter.
You're supposed to buy a bowl that big?
Yeah, well, or you just get a silver dollar.
Where do you get that? On Amazon?
Yeah, actually, we have some in another room. So
that's
they exist.
Right. They do have tiny little bowls.
Oh, she was getting sassy.
I forgot
thought
about
she was
that.
actually humoring me.
No, nobody's going to buy a bowl the size of a silver dollar.
How can we have 4 of them then, Bethany? Because we bought them.
Does the generation younger than us even know what a silver dollar looks like?
No.
Like, it's about this big.
All right, stop it. Cut it out. Just put a little bit of water in there. And if your dog drinks all of it, wait about 10 minutes. And if they're still panting, you still feel like they need more, give a little bit more. And then an hour later, or 20 minutes later even, you take them out for a potty, they go potty, they come back in, they have another accident, maybe try cutting back a little bit. If they're still having accidents, then I'm wrong. Her advice is right. But the reason there's 2 of us, because we have 2 different versions of advice, and sometimes one work for others, one won't. So you have a couple different viewpoints to go from. See how we did that?
That was
very reasonable.
It's excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have time for? No, we do not. Okay, guys, in 15 minutes, we are going to do our first Ask a Vet show. And by we, I mean me. So please.
We could ask a couple more questions. Like, you don't need time to warm up for that, right?
Please come back and join us, and we'll see you same time, same place next week. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for the patience with all the electronic issues.
Thanks for tuning into Ask a Puppy Trainer Show.
We hope you found some advice that you can use to help make puppyhood a little easier.
Don't forget to join us live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time on Instagram or TikTok at The Puppy Academy.
This is where you can get a chance to ask your burning questions in real time. And if you want even more puppy guidance, visit our website at thepuppyacademy.com for info on joining our online puppy school.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please consider subscribing to our podcast and leaving us a review.
These reviews let more people find us and supports us on our mission to help as many puppy parents as possible around the globe.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.